Imagine the universe as a stage of infinite dimensions, where every star, planet, and galaxy plays its role in a production with no beginning and no end. The curtains never close, and the set constantly transforms from the fiery birth of stars to their quiet fading into the cosmic tapestry. On this stage, everything and everyone is a participant in the performance, each contributing to the intricate dance of existence. The beauty of this theater is its seamless integration of chaos and order. The swirling galaxies and the falling leaves are equally part of the act, expressing themselves with neither rehearsal nor hesitation. The script is unwritten, unfolding moment by moment, improvised by the players themselves. Yet there's a sense of harmony, as if all the actors, be they humans, animals, or atoms, are somehow aware of their connection to the whole. In this grand production, the audience and the performers are one and the same. We watch the spectacle of the world around us, marveling at its complexity and beauty, while simultaneously playing our own roles within it. There is no backstage, no separation between what is seen and unseen, between the observer and the observed. The universe, in its essence, does not strive for applause or recognition. It simply performs endlessly and without purpose other than to be. The drama of existence unfolds not with a goal in mind, but with the sheer joy of expression, inviting us to lose ourselves in the act, to forget the boundaries of self and other, and to experience the play as both participant and witness. Human beings find themselves in a curious position, simultaneously players and spectators in the cosmic drama. On one hand, we are deeply involved in the unfolding of life, acting with intention, making choices, and shaping the narrative of our individual and collective experiences. We are born into the world as actors with roles that seem assigned to us by family, society, and circumstance. We navigate the stage of life, playing the parts we've been given, or the ones we choose for ourselves, all while interacting with others who are doing the same. Each step, each word, and each action contributes to the larger story in ways we may or may not understand. Yet, even as we act, we are also keen observers of our own performance. At times we step back from the play, becoming the audience to our own existence, reflecting on the scenes we've lived through, the choices we've made, and the paths we've walked. We watch ourselves engage with the world, trying to make sense of our roles, questioning our purpose, and observing the intricate ways in which the universe moves around us. In the midst of daily life, we oscillate between these two states, the actor immersed in action and the spectator in quiet reflection. As actors, we are driven by the urgency of the moment, often too close to the action to see the bigger picture. As spectators, we try to interpret the meaning of the drama, searching for understanding or deeper truths in the plot twists of our lives. The dual roles we occupy are not separate, they are two sides of the same experience. When we are fully engaged in the performance of life, we often forget the audience within us. But when we step back to reflect, we realize that our perception of the world and our place within it is shaped by both our participation and our observation. This interplay between action and reflection creates a dynamic tension that deepens our understanding of existence, revealing that we are both the creators and the witnesses of the unfolding story of the universe. The stage on which the universe plays out is vast beyond comprehension, a boundless expanse stretching across incomprehensible distances. It is set not in any single place, but in all places at once. Galaxies whirl in a timeless ballet, each one a sprawling city of stars and planets, floating in the infinite night. Nebulae, like cosmic brushstrokes, paint the sky with colors and patterns that seem to defy the imagination, while black holes silently pull at the fabric of space itself, bending time and matter. The setting is not fixed, it is fluid, ever evolving. Stars are born in fiery nurseries, live their luminous lives for billions of years, and then, in their final moments, explode in brilliant supernovae, scattering the elements of life across the cosmos. Our planets form from the dust of dead stars, each one unique in its composition, rotation, and place in the grand cosmic dance. Some are barren and lifeless, while others cradle the conditions for life, teeming with possibility and mystery. Between these stars and planets, there exists a vast emptiness, an expanse that is both terrifying and beautiful. It is here, in this space between the stars, that the true scale of the universe becomes apparent. The distances are so great that they defy our sense of time, and the concept of space becomes something otherworldly. The stars appear as distant pinpricks of light, their glow reaching us after traveling across millions or even billions of years, a reminder that what we see is always a fragment of the past. And yet, despite its overwhelming vastness, the cosmic setting is not indifferent. It is alive with energy and movement, with forces we are only beginning to understand. The gravitational pull between celestial bodies orchestrates a dance of planets and moons, while unseen forces, such as dark matter and dark energy, shape the very structure of the universe. There is no stillness in this cosmic setting, no static background against which the action occurs. Everything is in motion, flowing, shifting, evolving. It is this boundless setting, this cosmic theater, that we inhabit. We are both a part of it and an observer of it, aware of our tiny place within the immense expanse. And though we may only occupy a fleeting moment in the grand timeline of existence, the universe continues its endless performance, stretching out infinitely, always creating, always moving, always unfolding. In the grand cosmic theater, there is no script, no set plan laid out before us, no predetermined course we are meant to follow. The absence of a script is both a liberating and unsettling concept. It means that there is no divine author dictating every action, no invisible hand pushing us along a straight path towards some final, destined conclusion. Instead, the play is spontaneous, improvisational, and unfolding drama with no guarantees of plot or resolution. Without a script, every moment is an opportunity for creation, a blank page in the ongoing story of existence. The universe is constantly in the process of becoming, with each star's birth, each new idea, each wave that laps against the shore, contributing to an unscripted, unchoreographed flow. This absence invites freedom, but also responsibility. Without a set narrative, the roles we play are not defined by anyone but ourselves. We must invent our own meaning as we move through the world, deciding what to say, what to do, and what it all means, moment by moment. But there's a paradox here. While there is no script, there is an undeniable sense of structure. There are patterns, rhythms, and cycles in the universe, the orbit of planets, the seasons of the year, the rise and fall of civilizations. Though these patterns suggest order, they do not prescribe how we must act. They simply exist, giving us a framework to work within, but leaving the details of our lives open to chance, choice, and change. The lack of a script doesn't mean life is aimless or without purpose. It simply means that purpose is not predetermined. It is something we discover or create as we live, something we negotiate with the world around us. Each individual is both the author and the character, writing their own lines and adapting to the evolving story of the world. This freedom can be overwhelming. Without a script, there are no fixed answers to the great questions of life. Who are we? Why are we here? Where are we going? But perhaps that is the beauty of it. It is in the absence of certainty that we are free to explore, to imagine, to invent. Life is an improvisation, and every choice is an act of creation, whether we're aware of it or not. The absence of a script opens up an infinite range of possibilities, allowing us to become the storytellers of our own lives, making meaning from the chaos, weaving our individual tales into the ever-expanding fabric of the universe. Human beings have a deep and intrinsic need to impose meaning on everything they encounter, from the smallest pebble to the vast cosmos. This tendency is born out of a desire to make sense of the world around us, to carve order from what often appears to be chaos. We create stories, systems, and symbols to try to understand the forces that shape our lives, from the ticking of the clock to the rise and fall of civilizations. We seek patterns, connections, and explanations for the events that unfold before us, trying to impose a sense of purpose and coherence on a universe that does not inherently require it. This human need to impose meaning is reflected in our language, our religions, our sciences, and our philosophies. We name things, categorize them, and assign values to them in an attempt to make them more comprehensible. The very act of naming a mountain, a river, or a star is an attempt to tether something vast and ungraspable to our finite understanding. We create metaphors and frameworks to explain our emotions, our desires, and our existence, sometimes so convincingly that we begin to believe they are the only truths. In religion, we tell stories of gods and spirits assigning purpose and divine will to the events of the world. In science, we construct models of reality, labeling atoms and forces, creating equations that explain the behavior of the universe at both the smallest and largest scales. We believe that by understanding the underlying rules of nature, we can uncover the deeper meaning of existence. And yet, despite our best efforts, the universe remains elusive, refusing to conform fully to our imposed frameworks. This search for meaning is not inherently wrong. It gives us direction and provides comfort in the face of uncertainty. But it also limits us. The moment we believe we have fully captured the meaning of something, we risk losing sight of its fluidity, its mystery. By seeking to define everything in rigid terms, we may miss the subtle, nuanced qualities that make life so profound. The universe, after all, is not a puzzle to be solved. It is a living, breathing entity that is constantly shifting and changing, and our attempts to pin it down to static definitions can obscure its true nature. This imposition of meaning also influences how we view ourselves. We cling to identities, personal, cultural, social, believing them to be permanent truths. We assign labels to our roles in society, our emotions, and our relationships, convinced that these labels define who we are. But if we step back and consider, we realize that these identities are fluid, transient, and constructed merely stories we tell ourselves and others to feel anchored in a world that is inherently unstable. Perhaps the most profound aspect of our imposition of meaning is that we often forget the meaning we create is just that, created. It is a lens through which we view the world, but not the world itself. The universe does not need meaning to exist. It simply is. Our meanings are useful tools for navigating our lives, but they are not the ultimate truth. When we become too attached to our interpretations of the world, we risk missing the wonder that lies beyond our grasp. Meaning, after all, is just another way to navigate the mystery of existence, and the mystery itself is what makes it all so wondrous. Curiosity is a fundamental part of the human experience, driving us to explore, question, and seek answers to the mysteries that surround us. It is the spark that propels us to learn, to discover new horizons, and to push the boundaries of our understanding. From the smallest inquiry, why is the sky blue, to the most profound, existential questions, what is the nature of reality? Curiosity is the force that fuels our quest for knowledge and meaning. It compels us to look beyond the surface of things, to seek deeper connections, and to unravel the threads of life's mysteries. At its core, curiosity is born from a sense of wonder, a recognition that the world is vast and complex, filled with unknowns that are both inviting and intimidating. It is this wonder that drives us to explore the unknown, to delve into the spaces where certainty fades into ambiguity. The pursuit of knowledge can be exhilarating, as we uncover new truths, gain new insights, and expand the boundaries of what we know. But it can also be unsettling, for with each discovery, there is the awareness of how much more there is to learn, how much is still beyond our grasp. Yet, alongside curiosity exists a profound desire for control. We want to understand the world in ways that give us power over it, to predict its behavior and manipulate its forces. Control offers us a sense of security, a way to feel anchored in an unpredictable universe. From the earliest days of human existence, we have sought to tame nature, to bend it to our will, whether through the mastery of fire, the construction of tools, or the invention of systems that organize our societies. Control gives us the illusion that we are not at the mercy of the forces around us, that we can shape the future according to our desires. However, the tension between curiosity and control is where much of the human struggle lies. Curiosity urges us to open up to the unknown, to accept uncertainty, and to embrace the mysteries of life without the expectation of immediate answers. Control, on the other hand, demands certainty, structure, and order. It seeks to impose limits on what is unknown, to reduce complexity into something manageable and predictable. This dynamic becomes particularly apparent when we confront the vastness of the universe. We look to the stars, trying to grasp their nature, their origins, and their fate. We create models, theories, and equations, hoping to impose order on the seemingly chaotic expanse of space. But no matter how much we learn, we are faced with the overwhelming realization that the universe is far more vast and mysterious than our minds can fully comprehend. In this way, curiosity leads us to explore the limits of our understanding, while control pushes us to create boundaries, to contain the unknown within the confines of what we can manage. Yet, the more we seek control, the more we realize how little we truly possess. The desire to control the world around us is often an illusion. We cannot control the tides, the weather, or the passage of time. We cannot control the hearts and minds of others, nor can we dictate the course of nature. And yet we persist in our efforts, believing that somehow, through knowledge, through mastery, through control, we can gain dominion over our lives and the world. In truth, the more we embrace curiosity, the willingness to explore without the need for immediate answers, the more we realize that control is an illusion. To truly understand the world is not to dominate it, but to participate in its unfolding. Curiosity allows us to see that life is not something to be controlled, but something to be experienced, to be lived in the fullest sense, in all its complexity and uncertainty. The dance between curiosity and control is not one of mastery, but of balance, a reminder that while we seek to understand, we must also learn to surrender, to accept the vastness of what we do not know, and to find peace in the mysteries that remain. The exploration of cosmic purpose is perhaps one of humanity's oldest and most profound quests. It's a journey that stretches beyond the confines of our personal lives, touching the deepest corners of existence itself. From the earliest myths and religions to modern science and philosophy, human beings have sought to understand the meaning of the universe, and more importantly, their place within it. We look up at the stars, searching for a sense of purpose that transcends the mundane and touches on something timeless and universal. At its core, the question of cosmic purpose reflects our innate desire to find meaning in a universe that often seems indifferent or even chaotic. The stars, the planets, and the vast emptiness between them don't appear to have any inherent meaning beyond their physical existence. And yet we are drawn to them, perhaps because they remind us of something greater, something beyond the daily struggles of human life. When we contemplate the infinite stretches of space and time, it's easy to feel insignificant, as if we are just a fleeting moment in a grand, indifferent machine. And yet, in the very act of questioning, we affirm our connection to that greater whole. Humans have long turned to religion, philosophy, and science to find answers to the cosmic question. In religious traditions, the universe often appears as a creation, a work of divine intelligence, with a purpose that is usually defined by a higher power. In this view, humanity's purpose is tied to fulfilling the will of the divine, to aligning with the grand plan laid out by the Creator. The universe is seen as a cosmic stage where every event, every moment has a meaning, even if that meaning is beyond our comprehension. In contrast, some philosophers have argued that the universe has no inherent purpose at all, that meaning is something we impose upon it. From this perspective, the cosmos is not a created thing with a specific goal or endpoint. Instead, it's a vast and indifferent expanse, full of potential but devoid of inherent meaning. This leaves us with a profound freedom, the freedom to create our own meaning, to find purpose in the relationships, actions, and experiences that shape our lives. In this view, the exploration of cosmic purpose is not about uncovering a predetermined plan, but about discovering how we, as individuals and as a species, choose to participate in the ongoing unfolding of the universe. Then, there is the scientific approach, which seeks to understand the universe through observation, measurement, and theory. Science doesn't concern itself with the question of purpose in the metaphysical sense, but focuses on explaining the how and the why of the cosmos, how stars are born, how galaxies form, how life emerged on Earth. It offers a different kind of purpose, one based on the natural laws and the physical processes that govern the universe. In this view, the purpose of the universe is not a grand design, but the unfolding of natural processes that have no inherent intention but are nonetheless awe-inspiring in their complexity and precision. Despite these differing perspectives, there remains a common thread: the human desire to understand and make sense of the cosmos, to find our place within it. And as we explore this question, we realize that the very act of seeking answers, of contemplating our role in the grand scheme of things, is itself an expression of purpose. Even if the universe has no inherent meaning, our quest to understand it gives meaning to our lives. We create purpose through our exploration, our wonder, and our attempts to connect with something larger than ourselves. Perhaps the ultimate purpose of the cosmos is not something to be discovered, but something to be experienced. It may lie in the realization that we are both insignificant and profoundly significant at the same time, that we are a tiny speck in the vastness of space, yet we possess the capacity to ask the deepest questions about that very space. In exploring cosmic purpose, we confront not just the universe, but the nature of existence itself. The search for meaning, in the end, may be the meaning an ongoing process of discovery, reflection, and connection that transcends any one individual or moment. To free oneself from constructs is to step outside the boundaries that society, culture, and even our own minds have built around us. These constructs, whether they be ideas, beliefs, roles, or expectations, form the framework through which we interpret the world and navigate our lives. They offer us security, a way to make sense of a chaotic existence, and they shape our understanding of who we are, how we should act, and what is valuable. But these constructs are not truths, they are agreements. Agreements that we collectively uphold, often without ever questioning their validity or origins. The freedom from these constructs invites a radical reimagining of what life can be. It is a liberation from the mental prisons we have created for ourselves. These mental prisons are often so ingrained that we forget they exist, acting as if the rules they impose are natural and unchangeable. They shape how we think about success, happiness, and the very meaning of life. For example, the idea that we must follow a prescribed path, education, career, family, retirement, can be so deeply internalized that to stray from it feels like a betrayal, even though it is simply a social construct with no inherent meaning beyond what we assign to it. When we begin to question these constructs, we may experience a profound sense of disorientation. It is unsettling to realize that much of what we thought we knew about the world is shaped by arbitrary rules, inherited narratives, and socially agreed upon definitions. For instance, the concepts of race, gender, and social status, while deeply influential in society, are not intrinsic truths about human beings. They are constructs, cultural interpretations that can be challenged and redefined. To truly embrace freedom from these constructs is to acknowledge that our identity is not fixed, that who we are is not a product of a single label or category, but a dynamic and evolving process that defies simplification. This freedom extends beyond the personal level. Societies, too, are built on constructs, laws, ideologies, institutions, and systems of power. These systems give structure to the chaos of human life, providing a sense of order and control. However, these same systems can also limit our potential, suppress creativity, and perpetuate inequality. To free ourselves from these social constructs is not to reject society entirely, but to acknowledge that these systems are not immutable and that change is possible. It is to realize that we have the power to reshape the world according to new values, new visions, and new understandings of what it means to live a meaningful life. To step outside of constructs is not necessarily to abandon all structure or to reject every tradition. It is not an invitation to chaos, but an invitation to fluidity, to embrace the fact that life is in constant motion, and our understanding of it must evolve with it. It is to recognize that meaning is not something fixed or prescribed, but something we create in every moment, informed by our experiences and our capacity to see beyond the limitations we've placed on ourselves. When we shed the layers of imposed meaning, we see life in its raw, unfiltered form, filled with possibility and potential. This freedom is also deeply connected to the realization that much of the suffering we experience in life is a result of our attachment to these constructs. We suffer because we identify too strongly with the roles we play, the labels we wear, and the identities we are given. We suffer because we believe we must fit into a particular mold or live up to a certain expectation. When we let go of these attachments, we free ourselves from the tyranny of external and internal pressures. We can live more authentically in alignment with what truly resonates within us, not with what has been imposed from the outside. To live free from constructs is to embrace uncertainty and impermanence. It means accepting that there is no final, absolute truth or unchanging reality, but rather a continuous flow of experiences, each one unique and fleeting. It invites us to become comfortable with not knowing, to relinquish the need for rigid definitions, and to embrace the fullness of life as it unfolds messy, unpredictable, and infinitely rich with meaning. This freedom is not a denial of the world's structures, but an acknowledgement that they are human-made and they can be reshaped, reimagined, and transcended when we open ourselves to a broader, more expansive view of what life is and can be. In the end, the universe, in all its vastness and mystery, invites us to step into the unknown, to live with curiosity and openness, without the need to impose rigid meanings or structures. We are actors on a cosmic stage, free to create our own purpose, to explore without a script, and to engage with the world without the constraints of inherited beliefs or societal expectations. The absence of a predetermined meaning gives us the freedom to shape our own narrative, to participate in the ongoing unfolding of existence with authenticity and wonder. Yet this freedom is not without its challenges. The tension between our desire for control and our natural curiosity is ever present. We may seek certainty in a universe that defies it, and we may long for purpose in a cosmos that offers no guarantees. But it is in embracing both the freedom and the uncertainty that we find true liberation. In letting go of the need for fixed meanings and structures, we allow ourselves to experience the world more fully with all its complexity and mystery. Ultimately, the exploration of the universe and the search for meaning is not a destination, but a continuous journey. We are both participants and observers in the cosmic play, each of us writing our own lines and discovering the beauty of life as it unfolds. The purpose of the universe, if it exists at all, may not be something we can comprehend, but the act of seeking and exploring gives our lives meaning. By freeing ourselves from the constructs that bind us, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that life offers, embracing the unknown with curiosity, openness, and the willingness to let the story evolve.